is Podcast for Class. I'm your host, Kate Stepanuk, and hopefully my audio class is the audience. People sell everything on social media today, from shoes to cars and cameras. Did you ever think about social media as a perfect market to sell content? Maybe audio content? Well, if you never thought about it, today's episode will hopefully bring some light into this conversation. One of the first things you'd need to figure out is who will be most interested in your audio content. With other words, who's your target audience? The false answer to this question is, everyone's my target audience. No, not really. If you shoot for too wide of a net, you might end up with few people engaging with your post. After you figured out who is most interested in your product, decide if you're going to create a separate page for your podcast or you'll just use your personal account. They both have benefits. The main secret, however, stands in the type of posts you'll use to promote your podcast. Since you don't get to keep people's attention for too long on social media, you need to hook them right away. Get the most of your time and write a post that's going to catch eyes and convince people to interact. Remember, the more interaction, the better. Okay, now let's talk about this post. Try to create social posts based on each episode. Don't write the same old and boring stuff every week. Personalize the posts according to the topic discussed in every episode. Don't give out everything you're talking about in that episode. Just set the scene for the listener and entice them to want more. This way, they will actually do that extra click and go listen to your episode. If your post is 3 sentences in length, for instance, make sure you have an extra wide space between each sentence. Don't chunk up all the information into a large paragraph. The more the audience thinks they'll have to read, the less they'll be interested to pursue it. All of this was about wording your promotion content. Now, let's talk about using some eye-catching bold colors that can jump at the audience. Would you agree that most of us are visual learners? If you have some basic Photoshop or InDesign skills, you could actually create your own visual post to help promote your episode. Audiograms seem to be the most engaging type of posts on social media. There are tons of apps that can help you do one of them. One I recently used is Headliner. Sharing audio clips is a great way to give your audience a taste of your show. Make sure to give them something delicious so they'll be interested in the full entree. Spend some time on Headliner for more information. I bet you'll find it easy to navigate, but very successful to use. Another tip to remember is try to create posts that can be repurposed across multiple social channels. This starts establishing that brand you're hoping to achieve. However, there is a hint here. Make sure you frame each post for the proper platform. How to do this? We'll discuss it in next week's episode. Keep a consistent tone throughout your posts. Just like you're trying to let your personality shine throughout your episodes, the same feeling has to be created on social media. Now, after you've done all this to catch your public's attention, it's now time for them to take some action, right? At the end of the day, you don't really care about how many people read your post and enjoy it if they're not leaving some physical feedback. The outcome you're looking for is for people to listen to your episode. I completely forgot about it. All this work is actually to promote your audio content, so let's not ignore it. Try to minimize clicking for the audience. Provide a working link to your episode. Give them what they came for right away. Don't make them wait for too long. Now here's my call to action this week. Pick one of your most favorite audio projects produced so far and create a visual clip that you think could bring in some likes and shares on your social media platforms. Don't post it yet, just work on designing it. This was Kate Stepanuk with Podcast for Class. I look forward to having you as my audience again next week when we'll try to understand how to use Facebook and Instagram to promote audio content.